Hello, future engineers. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to share my videos to your friends and to your friends' friends, to your younger brothers and sisters who would want to take up engineering in the future, and to your relatives. That's one way you can keep me going, inspired, and refreshed. Now, if you find my videos interesting and important to your studies, also please don't forget to subscribe. Hello future engineers, here is another video in calculus. If you want to anticipate the solution to these exercises, you may do so by pausing the video. This is on sketching curves. Sketch the curve y equals 2 to the 1 over x and y equals 1 over 1 plus 2 to the 1 over x. So for the first one, let's evaluate limits here. Limit of 2 to the 1 over x as x approaches negative infinity is 2 over 2 to the 1 over negative infinity, which is almost 0. So 2 to the almost 0 is 1. So that's why it is 1. And limit as x approaches positive infinity is 2 to the 1 over infinity, which is almost 0 also. So that's 2 over 2 to the 0, which is also 1. Then limit as x approaches 0 from the left of 2 to the 1 over x, so 1 over 0, almost 0, which is negative infinity, so that's 1 over 2 to the positive infinity, and 1 over 2 to the positive infinity is 0, so that's why it is 0. Then limit as x approaches 0 from the right is of 2 to the 1 over x is 2 to the 1 over almost 0. So that's very large, 2 to the positive infinity. So that's positive infinity, very large. So there's no limit, but it is positive infinity. Now to have the clear picture of the graph, we also plot some points, x and y, negative 10 and positive 10. So when x is negative 10, y is 0.9333. When x is positive 10, y is 1.07. When x is negative 4, y is positive 0.84. When x is positive 4, y is 1.19. When x is negative 2, y is 0.71, positive 2, 1.41. When x is negative 1, 2 to the 1 over negative 1 half or 0.5. When x is positive 1, 2 to the 1, so 2. When x is negative 0.5, y is 0.25. When x is positive 0.5, y is 4. So the graph should look as shown in this figure here. So negative infinity, y is, as x approaches negative infinity, the curve approaches 1. This is the horizontal asymptote. And as x approaches positive infinity, it's also 1. Negative 10.93, so it comes from below until it is 0 just to the left here. And just to the right, it comes from positive infinity and it is above. When x is 10, so just above 1, positive 4, and so on. So the graph should look as shown in the figure. So this is the graph of y equals 2 to the 1 over x. For the second, limit of as x approaches negative infinity of 1 over 1 plus 2 to the 1 over x. This is 1 plus 2 to the almost 0, but 2 to the 0 is 1. So 1 over 1 plus 1 is 1 half. Then as x approaches positive infinity, 2 to the 1 over positive infinity is like 2 to the 0 also. It's also 1 half. When x approaches 0 from the left, 0 from the right, 1 over 1 plus 2 to the 1 over x. This is 2 to the 1 all over almost 0, so that's 2 to the positive infinity, which is very large. And 1 over 1 plus 2 to the positive infinity, which is very large, is 0. Then limit as x approaches 0 from the left is of 1 over 1 plus 2 to the 1 over x. This is 2 to the 1 over almost 0, but just to the left negative, 2 to the negative infinity, which is 1 over 2 to the positive infinity, which is 0. So that is equal to 1. Then let's plot some points to see the picture of the graph of y equals 1 over 1 plus 2 to the 1 over x. So x is negative 10, substitute here, y is 0.52, positive 10, it's 0.48. So below, one is above 1 half, the other is below 1 half for positive value of x. X is negative 4, y is 0.54, x is positive 4, y is 0.46, x is negative 2, y is 0.59, x is positive 2, y is 0.41. When x is negative 1, y is 2/3. When x is positive 1, y is 1/3. When x is negative 0.5, y is 0.8. When x is positive 0.5, y is 0.2. And take note of these values of limits. So we have 1 half, y equals 1 half as horizontal asymptote. Then when x approaches 0 from the left, y, the limit is 1, so it's 1 here. And when x is negative, it's above 1 half, so it should look like this, the graph. Then beyond, when x is 0 from the right, it is 0, it begins here. Then for values of x that are positive, it is below 1 half, so it approaches the horizontal asymptote. So the graph should look as shown. So this is the graph of y equals 1 over 1 plus 2 to the 1 over x. So that's it for this video. I hope that you know how to sketch graphs of curves like this, considering the evaluation of limits as x approaches positive and negative infinity, and as x approaches 0 from the left or 0 from the right. And of course, you have to plot some intermediate points to sketch the graph more accurately.